Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend, a good Memorial Day. Thank you to the vets, for those that have sacrificed. We're back. We're going to talk about SPY, Gamestop. What a short. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at HappyMoneyYT. Sorry, I think I'm getting strep throat. There it is. And we have a Discord server. Link for that's in description. Tomorrow's video, I might just be typing it out. But we're good for today. SPY kind of hitting a top here, slowing down its momentum. This whole rally, I think, has just been a bear market rally. And I think we will see new lows before we see new highs, basically. New lows, meaning lower than 380 before we see new highs. That's a very broad and wide target, so it's easy to hit. That said, this was one of my price targets for the rip up to like 415. We'll see if that holds. Looks like it's starting to want to maybe consolidate here before it comes down or back up, but maybe back down. If it does break that, I guess that 426 would probably be my next stop. In these bear market rallies, let's see, this day kind of had a consolidation, but so far this year on these bear market rallies has been it's just pretty aggressive. There's not a whole lot of days of consolidating, and it keeps rallying. That's more of the price action on a trend, like you see here, dropping and then consolidation, then dropping, consolidation, dropping, consolidation. On the rallies or the dead cat bounces, I guess we kind of actually had it here. So we'll see. I almost started getting back into short stuff, but I'll give it some time. I'd rather wait for kind of the trend to be set on the downside and follow the momentum. That said, I mean, on the daily, it's still bullish. Everything's still bullish. It's just if this resistance holds. On the hourly, we're kind of hitting a double top here, and we do have a little RSI divergence that's happened here on the hourly. MACD did cross bearish, but SPY sometimes doesn't really care on RSI stuff. Just kind of keeps rallying. If it does, yeah. So I kind of think it's going to probably consolidate for a bit, and then once it sets up a more obvious direction it's going, get some more SPY or Tesla plays. GameStop used the slightly not super bullishness to just get dumped. It was interesting watching it with the algos this morning, just how it was with moving with the SPY, how it was just turned on, and then just you could see basically to the minute right when it got shut off, and it just got shorted right here. So it was moving with the SPY up to about here, this little bounce. So that's what you're seeing right here. I mean, on a bigger scale, but it was tick for tick. And then right about there, SPY just kind of consolidated there, made another low, but GME just dumped from there. So got totally shut off, turned back on for this little rally right here on SPY, but by then GME was way down here because that shorting campaign that happened there. And kind of been locked in with SPY ever since there, except for, yeah, just kind of this meltdown instead of a melt up. Pretty big day. We're on SSR now. Doesn't mean a whole lot. 9.8%, about 30 minutes left. I am still bullish on tomorrow, just being T+2 from options expired in the money on Friday. We had quite a bit. Given that it was SLD period, they really couldn't short it down into close how they like to do on Fridays, and the thing just melted up into close. So yeah, that's bullish to me for tomorrow to rally. How much, I'm not sure. The fact that we're starting down 10% at this point, I don't know if it'll be 148 or if it'll break that and hit higher. That said, this week should be volatility regardless, because yeah, after hours tomorrow is earnings. So my weeklies, I'll probably get out of a lot of them tomorrow, hopefully on a high, but I want some exposure too in case we rip out of earnings. Which is unlikely, but I have a hedge to the downside, of course, too. I've got covered calls. Earnings, it typically always dumps after, except for last time. And I think it's kind of uncorrelated with earnings, more with the swaps and the timing that they're stuck in. But they use the earnings to kind of hide big short attacks when they do them, basically, like this one. But I think it's lined up anyways with them rolling over their position. It's actually kind of interesting how we've actually played out almost exactly how it happened last year. So there's the 25th, big green day. And literally this started then. It just made me laugh. This was the 25th and the 26th. They made it so stupid easy that I missed it, more or less. Like, we didn't miss it. It worked, but it's just like we literally could just looked at last year and said, "Oh, okay." And that being said, I think the move that we got here was actually going to come at the end of July, but I'm not sure anymore. It's just kind of all over. But if it's not, it's looking a lot like this right here, and today would be this red candle. And then if tomorrow's a bit bullish from T+2 on those options, it could be this, and probably won't look like this at the end just because of earnings. I think we'll get a big dump, or a big rip, or a big dump and then big rip, or a big rip then big dump. Not necessarily just kind of this. I mean, these are pretty big moves too, but it is funny how this is actually working out, because this is a big red candle. This was going into Friday though, whereas here we are at what is it? Today's Tuesday, so we'll see. 4 hour hasn't flipped bearish yet. I mean, everything's still bullish on the longer time frames, so that is good. Well, the 125, 120, kind of a temporary support for now, I'd say. Kind of this resistance back here, and shareholder meeting. So we'll stream earnings after hours tomorrow. Jump on, turn on notification bell if you don't have it on. Those streams are usually pretty fun. We sift through all the filings and listen to the earnings call and all that sort of thing. Actually, I think last year we had more viewers than anyone except for the actual Gamestop earnings call live stream. So that was fun. And then the shareholder meeting, I guess it's during market hours, so I'll probably stream that also. This earnings call, they're also taking questions. I don't think I'm able to ask questions. I can't remember what the criteria was, but I'm just wanting to listen anyways. I don't have a whole lot of specific questions. So yeah, this is a big time. This could have been the beginning of the peak of the squeeze that started, I think, back here around $4. This could be the beginning of the peak of it. I do believe that. Not to say that they can't short it down, and they probably will. So yeah, let's show you guys the options that we got going on today. I just kind of chilled, just let theta burn on these 180 200s I have for this week. That's my biggest one. I've got 1700 in that. Kind of heavy. I could have closed it today, but it's down so much, and I expect it to bump tomorrow, so probably get out of most of this tomorrow, since that's just expensive. And then I've got ones for higher strikes if we get up to that 220 250 range. I have that just based on resistances. Turn the Yaz up a little bit. I couldn't have it too high because I can't talk very loud, so yeah, probably dump some of these tomorrow for sure, probably most of them. And then this one I'm rolling over is just working great. This poor man's covered call and these 120 calls I have for 17 days of expiration. So that's what, June monthlies. I've got these 130 calls. If GME is above 130 on Friday, I'll just select the short leg of it, which is four 130 calls, and I'll just roll this one itself. So say it's at 135. This pricing on this will be different. It's at 135, but I would roll it up to, I could roll it up to 136, roll up to 137, break even. So I'd probably roll it up to, like, say 136, and then I'm just widening the spread. So my max gain is still capped by this strike, but it's getting larger. My max gain is getting larger as I roll the strike up. That makes sense. But if it closes below 130, I will close this out for minimum, and we will have received the 8,400 in credit that we received to open these 4 130 calls, short 130 calls. We don't have to buy to close them for minimum, so $1. And then we still have these 120 calls, which are free then at that point for June. And then we've got this 155, 185 call debit spread. That is for July monthlies. And then these kind of squeeze plays, I'm starting to average into a little bit. 490, 500 call debit spreads. This was the 120K option I was saying. That's basically the top of the chain. And it's there's so much volume on the very far out the money ones that you can actually get these for pretty cheap, like sometimes a couple pennies. Market maker usually doesn't like to give it to you for, look at that. Okay, that's pretty legit actually. I just wanted to test it. Yeah, so I'll probably get a couple more of those. I was at 2 cents. Let's see if I can get some 1 centers. Yeah, sure, I'll do 10. Why not? Doesn't usually like to give you for 1 cent, but sure, I'll give you 2 cents. All right. They probably, market maker probably moved the pricing all around now on the bid and the ask. Yeah, they'll let one go by for that. I'll leave that on there for fun. UONE is making its move. Juneteenth, this thing always rallies. I have a good amount into it, but every year it's like I should put more into it. Never know the top. I'm hoping it's going to be another at least 24, which is Juneteenth this year. First year it kind of did it was back here and it hit 54. So we'll see what happens this year, but everything looks good on it. Nice bullish trend. It did break out past this resistance here of 1224 ish. It's at 1260. Our plays on UONE got a 12.5, 22.5 call debit spread. So 3,500 max gain. It's above 2250 by expiration. Presently this thing's up what, 25%. Not bad. Yeah. BBBY spread on this one's kind of wild. This was actually up quite a bit. I think this will probably rally too with Gamestop. And then our theta accounts, of course, we're I'm sitting on covered calls, which can be tough. You just kind of gotta stick to it and be strict about it and not worry about it. So I've got 104 calls on here. I'll roll these up at the end of the week if they're out of the money, or in the money rather. And then this morning I shorted 127 puts. I didn't get to my computer right away, so I did it on my phone, so I wasn't really watching the chart. So I did it really early. That's part of the problem with not having patience. If I had patience, I'd have just waited. I kind of expected, or I thought today might rally, just based on how Friday closed. But then I was like, wait, Friday closed bullish. So mellow bullish because of SLD, and they're not in SLD now. Their hands are not tied behind their back. They can short the crap out of it. So that's why I dumped. And if I timed this better, this would have been a better play. But this still might expire out of the money. Otherwise, I'll keep rolling this down. Got a $955 credit on a 3-day contract, which isn't bad. Yeah, and that's because of earnings. So the premiums are super high, which is nice. And on Fidelity, we have kind of the same type of deal. So I've got this 108 covered call, got 4 of these, and then a 95 covered call. So I'll roll all these up and out by probably Thursday, maybe Friday. And then I didn't short any puts on this one. I shorted puts on Webull actually. So on here on Webull I got the 28 or 128 strike on Webull short put. So those are all down. Again, I opened those all up too early. My B. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you on Discord. GME's having a little bump here into close. 9% down though. Pretty rough. Definitely was a coordinated effort to drop it, especially while they're pumping AMC. Oh wow, AMC actually came down too. On what, Tom Cruise, and yeah. Anyways, not a whole lot of other stuff going on here. Some squeezy stocks going today. Jan 1, JN ticker, Mullen, MULN ticker. Some of the biotechs were going. I know Sava is like maybe short squeezing again. This thing's been wild. So yeah, GME kind of had its go initially earlier on, and I mean the steam is still there, I would say, but it really depends on the next 2 days. We'll see how you guys in the live stream or on the Discord. Thanks for watching. Peace out.